All right, everybody, good afternoon. I'm Uther, your host. Welcome to another episode. Today, rumors. Let's talk some rumors. All right, so the main rumor we're going to talk about in this particular episode is the Google G1. Almost said Samsung because Samsung's helping them make it. It's probably the Exynos modified, but let's take a look. So the rumor's out now that the G1, Whitechapel, I'm going to call it G1, is as fast, if not faster, or sitting in between the 870 and the 888. That's great news considering the heat issues with the 888, and this is a first implementation. I know a lot of people are going to try to compare this to the M1, but that should not be what we're looking at. Apple has been creating chips for a long time, and they're actually the first 2, 3, 4, I'm not sure exactly how many, I can look that up. We probably had that conversation in the comments. Were actually co-developed with Samsung before they went fully on their own. Something to think about, right? So if this is already competing with the 870, 888, this is a really good hit, right? But again, rumors, okay? Great, lots of salt, huge asterisks, let's go with it from there. But wow, that sounds really good considering all the other stuff that's supposed to be in this chip. We got to remember that with the G1, Google is going to go with their own AI chip, security chip implemented, so they're going to go with their Titan chip. And going back to the visual core, that is exciting because they did away with the visual core, and that's what allowed the competition to catch up to Google with photos. Not the sensor, which is part of it, but the visual core is what allowed them to use the same sensor year after year. If they had stuck with that and not tried to cheap out, I understand why, they shouldn't have, they would still have the best photo, which they probably still do, but they would have a much larger lead in the photo area. But they're going to get that back when the G1 comes out later this year. Problem is the 870 is getting a little long in the tooth if you think about it in the mobile space, because we'll probably have the 870 Plus coming or whatever it is that Qualcomm officially decides to announce this summer. However, gaming performance is also big because I started messing around with Genshin Impact. If you haven't checked it out, you should. That's not me trying to advertise it. It's specifically for this situation. The game looks amazing, okay? You guys can look it up on YouTube if you haven't already played it. If that's the direction games are going, at least mainstream AAA mobile games, and then we have Blizzard and EA and all these other companies that are just going to start dumping PC games, and obviously Game Pass and Stadia, and the list goes on and on and on, right? Yes, with a lot of those, they're just streaming it in, but just think about the fact that a lot of these games that you're actually streaming in don't even look as good as Genshin Impact if you look it up. I did it on my 855 Plus, which I'm recording on. I was able to turn it up. I haven't gotten to intense parts of the game because I literally just started messing with it this morning, but it looks really good, and it seemed to do really well, but it had a processor-based limitation. You had to go in, it stopped at 60, you couldn't go to 90 hertz, which doesn't make sense to me with AAA titles on phones today. However, that could be the direction. If they decide they want to do 90 hertz gaming, the G1, if they're using RDNA 2 or the Radeon cores, which Samsung has licensing for, we could see a really, really good chip all around, right? Bringing the ecosystem together. Hopefully we'll start to see these on baseline Chromebook devices. But this is the future, guys. This is where things are going. Every company's going to start designing their own chips. AMD's going to have ARM out. Intel's going to have ARM out. They're going to have your big x86, x64 chips for your big desktops. Those will continue to be king for a long time, especially another video, hint, rumors on Ryzen 5 and 6 and 7. 6 and 7. 5's already out, but you get my point. Or Zen 4, 5, and 6. Woo! That's going to be a big mamma jamma. However, we're talking about G1. It's coming. It's going to be fast. I'm excited. You tell me what you think in the comments. I'm going to go get dinner ready before I get in trouble. Take care, guys.